What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Dapper Side. Today we're going to be talking about your everyday carry. Now, the items that you carry on a day-to-day basis are going to vary based on your style, what you like to wear, your field of work, for example, even. Today, I'm going to be showing you the items that I typically carry with me every day on a regular basis, and I'm also going to show you some everyday items that I keep on my person as well. Now, there's a couple of everyday items that most guys put on every day without even thinking about it, like a second nature almost. For me, the first item is always going to be the watch. Now, when I'm dressing up or going with my more formal looks, I like to wear a silver banded watch such as this Seiko right here. If I'm going to go with a more athleisure or casual look, I like to use something with a rubber band. Personally, I like using this Luminox field watch just because of the look and style. It's kind of rugged. Now, for people living in the colder weather, such as us here at the Dapper Side, we're in Northern Virginia, you're going to want to go with some accessories to help prepare for the cold. Personally, for me, the first item is a hat. I like to go with something that's 100% wool, and I also decided to choose something that has the ear flaps that come down because if you're a bald guy, your head's going to get a little bit colder than most. Now, the next accessory that's a must-have is going to be the gloves. Personally, for the gloves, I chose something with a deer skin. I really like the material, and it has a cashmere lining to keep your hands soft and warm. Personally, I decided to go black for the accessories because I feel it kind of goes with a little bit more of everything and it's more versatile. Now, for the final accessory that you keep on your person throughout the day has to be a water bottle. I work out a lot and I like to stay hydrated, so a water bottle is a must-have and probably more important than these other items. It's also good to use a water bottle because it's eco-friendly, it's going to reduce plastic waste, and this particular Hydroflask, I like it because if you're drinking a hot beverage, it's going to keep it hot, and if you're drinking a cold beverage, it's going to keep it cold. So you can keep water, coffee, tea, whatever you'd like in there, and it's going to work out for everything. Again, I went with black to match the aesthetic of the rest of the accessories. Now that you've seen some items that you carry on your person throughout the day, let's go ahead and move into what I actually carry in my everyday bag. Now, the bag that I use for my everyday carry is going to be this tech bag right here. It's a full grain black leather bag made from Korchmar. Personally, I really like this bag because of the pockets as well as the functionality. You can see right here, it's got two front main pockets, which I really like, and it also has two interior pockets for something like a laptop or an iPad. In general, the bag also has two D-rings so you can attach a shoulder carrying strap over it. It has YKK zippers, and another thing that I personally really like about this bag is you can carry it like a briefcase, or you can even open up the back and it has removable backpack straps, which you can attach to the D-rings at the bottom and use it as a backpack as well. Now let's jump into what I actually carry in the bag. To start, in the very top of the bag here, there's a magnetic enclosure. Inside of it, you can keep a small item such as your passport. Personally, I like to keep my phone in here. You can see the phone that I'm using is an iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, a lot of people have upgraded to the 13, but the slight updates and changes to the two iPhones left me to just keep my iPhone, and I've been happy with it. On the iPhone, I keep a black OtterBox case because I do tend to drop my phone a lot, and again, I went with black to kind of match the theme of all of the accessories. The next section of the bag is of course going to be where you keep your most important items. In this front pocket of the bag, I'm going to keep a couple of my more essential items. First, my wallet. Now, I don't like to carry a lot of cards, so I carry a very minimalist, simple wallet that just holds a few cards and maybe a couple bucks whenever I carry cash. The next item in here is going to, of course, be some AirPods. I personally use the Apple ecosystem, and all of the accessories that are electronic that I'm going to show you are going to be Apple related. Now, the AirPods you can't go wrong with. They're classic. They come in a carrying case, easy to charge. Keys, of course, another essential. I typically like to carry them in my bag because when I put them in my pocket, I tend to take them out, put them down, and then lose them. So in the bag, I know where they are and they're safe. The next item is going to be an Anker charging base. Now, throughout the day, I may run low on battery on my phone, my iPad, my laptop, so it's really handy to have this to charge whatever devices I need to when I need to charge them. A couple of other necessities that I keep in here is of course going to be a knife. You never know when you're going to need a knife. This just happens to be a Benchmade handy knife. I personally enjoy it. It's a great carry item. The final item that I keep in here is a pen. Now you can carry any run-of-the-mill pen. I personally went with something a little bit more fancy from the U.S. Historical Pen Society. It's the USS Constitution Old Ironsides. It's actual pieces from the ship. Little bit of a fancier style of pen. Again, you can use any ballpoint pen. I personally chose this. Now these items are probably what I use the most throughout the day, which is why I keep them in this front pocket here. Next up, I'm going to show you some items that I use day to day, but not so much as my everyday essentials like I showed you in the front pocket. Now here we go to the second pocket. The first item in here is of course going to be a phone charger, because you never know when you need to charge your phone. I personally use my phone a lot throughout the day, so I do find myself having to charge it. The next item is of course going to be some cologne. Now, I personally like to enjoy a nice scent. Some people may keep deodorant on them. I personally like cologne just because it's going to add to your scent. For everyday scent, I personally like to go with this Versace option, but I do like to have different scents and switch it up a little bit, which is why I may also carry this Allure cologne with me by Chanel. Just really depends on my preference and what I want to wear throughout the day. Now, the final item that I keep in this compartment is of course going to be some sunglasses. Now, for my everyday kind of casual wear, I'll typically use something like this Ray-Ban Aviator style. These are of course made by Randolph Engineering. Now, if I am going to go with a more suited and formal look, personally, you can't go wrong with a pair of Club Masters from Ray-Ban. They're classic and they look great with any of your dapper fits. Finally, I'm going to show you the main compartment of my everyday carry bag. These are the items that are typically my workhorses and what I access the most throughout the day. For starters, we're going to have typical MacBook. Now, I use this for absolutely everything work related. If I have to type stuff, send emails, it's handy. Personally, I went with a 13-inch because it's compact and it fits in this bag perfectly. Now, if you need something for quicker use, such as taking notes or light entertainment, such as if you're on a flight or something, the next item in here is going to be, of course, an iPad. Now, with the iPad, if I do ever need to use it for larger functions, I went with the keyboard addition to it in case I ever need to type anything down. But again, you can't go wrong with an iPad or a MacBook. I usually don't carry both, but again, being part of the Apple ecosystem, I wanted to show you all of the items that I may or may not typically carry. Now, the final item that I carry in here is not something everyone carries. Nowadays, with phones and iPads, you might not necessarily need it, but the final item is going to be a book. Now, day to day, it's going to vary which book I use. For this particular video, I went with the Cigar Companion. I do enjoy a good stogie every once in a while, and this is a great book to help read up on different styles and flavors of something you may want to try. Now, you see with these everyday carry items, it is always going to vary depending on what you're going to be needing the items for, but it's essential to think about some items that you want to have with you every day. Obviously, for me, I've shown you what I carry and what works best for me, but there's a couple of these essential that everyone's always going to have, such as a phone, wallet, keys, etc. The MacBook or the laptop are just some additional things. If you're working, it's a great thing to have. Thanks for tuning back into the Dapper Side, guys. Feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like, and let us know what you think. What are some items that you carry every day, and what are some items that you think that maybe we should add for our everyday carry? Any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning into the Dapper Side, and remember guys, stay dapper.